Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of The Importance of Articulation. My name's Dave, and today I am looking at the Star Wars Micro Machines AT-ACT. For those of you who don't know, that stands for All-Terrain Armored Cargo Transport. I guess you could say a walker similar to this first appeared in The Empire Strikes Back, known as the AT-AT. But this particular version featured in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, during the Battle of Scarif. Now, for the size of this little ship, it's a little under 2 inches tall, so it's a nice stand-in vessel. I like it a lot. It's a great walker. Now, this walker isn't really necessarily made for war. Like the name entails, it's an armored cargo transport. It's made to move heavy things, probably personnel as well, and I like that idea. It's pretty neat. Now this orange section here, if this was like a real walker, that orange section would pop out and that's where the cargo goes in and out. I guess we could call that the cargo section. It's armored, but the armor is not as strong as the AT-AT. As you've seen in the movie, you know, the leg just gets blown off by like an ion cannon or something like that. So it's not super strong. For weaponry, it only has 2 heavy laser cannons in the front. It doesn't have the laser cannons underneath the head like an AT-AT does. All in all, it's a pretty interesting design and cool idea to have an icon like the AT-AT transformed basically into a moving truck. And that's basically what it is. So we do have a lot to cover today. I want to go over the mold, the paint, compare it, and then we'll be finished. So let's get moving. When it comes to the detail on the AT-ACT, I think Hasbro did a decent job here. Starting with the head, you can see all those great details. Look at the detail on the cannons. Pretty awesome. Here we have the top of the head. Pretty cool. On the other side, underneath, we have a little copyright crap. Not too bad though. For the neck, we have some nice lines right there. Pretty cool, and that goes to the other side too, and on top. Now we have the main body, some cool details there. Going over, very similar to an AT-AT. Look at all that detail, awesome. Nice lines, panels going across here. Cargo section looks cool, like these little line sections. That's the same for this side. Coming down to the legs, I think they did a nice choice here, posing the legs in a moving pose. Nice. I like that a lot. All the details over there and accounted for. Fantastic job. And it's the same on this side. Very cool. And I like how they didn't slack. They did put some details on the inside of the legs as well. And then looking at the bottom, we can see some great details in the undercarriage. Nice little modules in there, motors and whatnot. And you want to know what really stood out to me? It's got peg holes. So that's pretty neat. If you have something that you could peg these on, it will stay there. So that's pretty cool for me, because if I ever make custom stands better than the ones I already made, I'll keep this in mind, so I could just put it on. Awesome. So that does it for the mold. I think it's really cool. So now let's take a look at the paint. When it comes to the paint of the AT-ACT, we have about 3 colors. One is this nice orange. That's for the cargo section. Then we have gray. Oh, nice light gray, I should say. For the legs, the main body, and the head. I think they did pretty well with that color choice. And then on the bottom, we have dark gray for the undercarriage. And then dark gray for the neck. And that basically does it for the paint. So now that I'm done with the mold and the paint, let's compare this bad boy. For comparison, I have my AT-ATs and AT-CTs. This AT-AT is from Galoob, pretty cool, one of my favorites. Then we have the Hasbro version of the AT-AT, which is pretty damn good, I must say. We have the one we just looked at, and then we have the, I wouldn't call it a variant, because it is a different mold, but this one is a AT-ACT without the cargo canister. And we'll take a look at this one another day. Very nice model as well. All of them are really cool. They all have something that's really awesome about them. And they're all unique. As you can see, Each one does stand out. They all look different, and that's what counts. I like them a lot. And that does it for my review today of the Star Wars Micro Machines AT-ACT. Now, the All-Terrain Armored Cargo Transport was one of the vehicles I was looking most forward to getting. As soon as I saw it at my Walmart, I jumped on it, and I'm happy I did. It's very unique. Like, sure, it looks like an AT-AT, but, you know, the front's different, the main body is a little different, the legs are in a nice pose. It's a great addition to the collection. Now, like I mentioned before in this review, for the size of this vehicle, it's a little under 2 inches tall, and that's pretty big for a walker. As you saw when I compared them, they all pretty much are the same height, so that's pretty awesome. Fits in well with the rest of the line. Now for the paint, it doesn't have much, but what it has is accurate to what we saw in the film, so that's also another plus. The mold is excellent, nice pose, everything's there that should be there. Great detail on the cannons and the feet. It's just beautiful. On the whole, I think the AT-ACT was a great idea. Now, if you're looking to buy this AT-ACT, you can find it in the Assault on Scarif set. Now, that usually goes for around $8.99. I don't see it in local stores anymore, so I would suggest going online. And like I've been mentioning in a couple of my videos, shop around. Look at different websites, and get the one that's cheapest. You know, save yourself some money. So that's basically all I have to say. It's a very unique ship, it's really cool, and I'm glad I own it, and I'm glad Hasbro made it. I always like when they do something that's different than what I already have. Now, I would recommend this vehicle for anybody who's a fan of the Empire, a fan of walkers. It is really awesome. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, hit that like button, and if you would like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody. Oops.